Hello friends, TomDay here, and if you're fortunate enough to be living in the Midwest of the United States at the moment, it's really cold outside, but let me tell you, this build is quite spicy for farming those Death's Breath. Let's talk about the skills. Actually, I guess I should preface this by saying, I'm sure a bunch of you will say that the title is misleading, because you're not going to get 900 Death's Breath an hour. I've tried this a couple of times, and one time I got like 950, one time it was like 910 or something, and the one time it was closer to, I think it was like 875, but I was watching some Netflix, and, you know, what can you say? If you're not paying full attention to the game, you're not going to get the maximum number of Death's Breaths. Anyway, let's talk about the skills. So we're going to be starting up with Provoke, Charged Up. You don't actually need to use Charged Up. I just like it because you may run into some Wrath problems. This gives you a tiny bit of extra damage. You know, it's not too bad. Our main damage dealer here is Condemn, Unleashed. I don't like using a Vacuum with the build because it takes too long to suck everything up and then explode. You just want it to happen instantly because you're going to be one-shotting the majority of everything anyway, so it's no big deal. Obviously the Horse because we got to go fast. Iron Skin, Flash. This is purely for movement speed and the ability to run through enemies. Walls of Hope, again, purely movement speed. And then Akkhan's Champion, I'm using Embodiment of Power because I had a really hard time keeping my Wrath regeneration up to spam Condemn as much as I needed to, and this solves that problem. For passives, Heavenly Strength, damage, Finery, damage, Long Arm of the Law, just keeping Laws of Hope up, and Holy Cause, damage. So let's talk more about the build. So for the items, we're going to be using a mix of the Condemn, or I'm sorry, the Akkhan set, the Condemn set, I guess everyone uses Condemn with it, but the Akkhan set and the Sages set. This build will work outside of Season 16 without the Royal Ring of Grandeur buff. I don't know why it's always what I say, even though it's Ring of Royal Grandeur, but neither here nor there. You don't have to use Unity, it's just what I was using. You could use a Royal Ring of Grandeur if you're playing on non-seasons. If you like a different amulet or ring, you can use whatever you want. Unity is really unnecessary for the build. I just happen to be just what I have on me. But so in the cube, we're using Ingiam because you want to go as fast as possible, and this reduces all of your cooldowns. So Horse is almost always up, Iron Skin's almost always up, Laws of Hope is almost always up, and if you need Wrath, you can get it from Provoke. Loyal's Crown, you need the cooldown reduction to make sure we have Akkhan's Champions always on, and then, like I said, Unity or whatever else you want there. So, for the set, you're going to be using at least 2 pieces of Sages and 5 pieces of Akkhan. You can use whatever pieces you like, mix and match. So there's 3 pieces for the Sages set, the boots, the gloves, and the helm. I decided to use the helm and the boots because I had fairly decent Akkhan gauntlets already, and I didn't want to have to try to get the trifecta there. But yeah, for the helm, you're looking at Strength, Vitality, and Crit Chance. For shoulders, Strength, Vitality, cooldown reduction, Contempt damage. I have life percent there. I'd rather have Vite, but that's fine. For amulet, the standard stuff. This amulet is freaking awesome. Look at that. That's so good. I wish it didn't have strength and it had percent damage instead, but what can you do? Chest piece, definitely strength, vitality, and 100% you want condemn damage there. Gloves, strength, crit damage, crit chance, cooldown, all good. Belt, we're using gold wrap, and this is just so we become completely invulnerable while we're killing stuff. And just defensive stats like normal. I like Nemesis bracers. You could use the, what's it called, the War Chizian or War Masters thingies. The ones that make it so you move faster when you, yeah, these ones. When you destroy an object, you get a short burst of speed. You could use that instead of these, but I can't pass up Nemesis bracers because you get way more Death's Breath this way. Convention of the Elements, because it's broken damage. And Avarice Band, so everything gets sucked into us. It's very good. You want to make sure you have enough cooldown reduction. It doesn't matter where you have cooldown reduction, as long as you have enough to have around 55.5%, so that way this is always up. So, if you need to have it on rings, you should probably have it on gloves and shoulders for sure, weapon, shield, but then you can have it on rings, but you only need 1 then. It's up to you though. Pants, strength, vitality. You'd rather have all resist instead of armor, but that's okay. And boots, strength, vitality, all resist armor. For the weapon, we're going to be using Blade of Prophecy. I've been really unlucky with my weapon drops. I don't have a single ancient weapon, even though I've spent so many Death's Breaths trying to get some. But that's just how it goes, I guess, sometimes. Anyways, you want strength damage, cooldown, and yeah, it's pretty good. For shield, you don't want that life per wrath spent. That's not particularly useful, but I found so many shields, and they've all been just hot garbage. This is the best one I had. But that's how it goes sometimes. And for gems, you want to use Diamond in the Helm for cooldown reduction. I'm using Diamond in the Armor and Pants just for more resistances. And I'm like Boon of the Hoarder because you go faster and you get gold. That's fun. I'm using Bane of the Powerful because I haven't found an ancient weapon. If I had an ancient weapon, I'd be using this Wreath of Lightning just because you get to move even faster, which is awesome. And then obviously Bane of the Trap, because what build isn't complete without Bane of the Trapped? And if we're talking about Paragon, movement speed if you need movement speed, and then the rest you can just dump into strength. Here you're going to want cooldown reduction, crit chance, crit damage, and you're going to have 600 Paragon at least, so it's not a problem. Here, all resist, life armor, and then resource cost reduction, area damage, life per hit, that kind of stuff. And that's really pretty much it. You're going to be blowing up the rifts, and the Rift Guardians might take, I don't know, sometimes 3 condemns, but if it's on a holy cycle, then you'll blow it up in 1. It's really fun. Otherwise, you're just running through stuff. You can use this build to do T13 bounties. Just don't be alarmed if you die sometimes, since most of your toughness comes from gold wrap. And as you're running through bounties, maybe you're not killing stuff. Maybe you touch a shrine and Nemesis Bracers pops elites that kill you instantly. Whatever. I use this build to do the T13 stuff in groups just because I like getting the Death's Breath when I kill the elites as I run by them. But you might die occasionally. You suck at killing bosses, so don't use this build to kill bosses. But other than that, you can use it for, T13 farming. But mostly, if you want to just farm some Death's Breaths and some greater rifts, this is the build to go for. Alright guys, talk to you later.